Good afternoon. Today's our topic physiological action or drug action about another drug, that is cannabis sativa. Sources of homeopathic drugs from the plants. 2 species from the cannabis. We have remedies. One is cannabis sativa, cannabis indica. These are the two drugs. We are using them as homeopathic drugs. Physiological action of cannabis sativa. Center of action about the cannabis sativa is cerebrospinal nervous system. And the terms what we are learning through the cannabis sativa for the Metromedica, it's cannabis sativa is narcotic, cannabis sativa is hypnotic, and cannabis sativa is also diuretic. So what is hypnotic? These are the drugs where these drugs can cause. So hypnotism, I think many of you know that word. What is hypnotism? Hypnotic. Actually, what is hypnotic here? Hypnotic means artificial, making the person into what is known as making the person into go into sleep. Not it is a original sleep. The person is making it to relax and made into person into sleep, and it is one of the technique, relaxation technique for people who are suffering with some of the what it is known as psycho neurological disorders. Hypnotics. Cannabis sativa is hypnotic. Cannabis sativa is narcotic. And another one is diuretic. Drugs which increase the flow of urine are known as diuretics. Drugs which increase the flow of urine, which cause the increasing of the flow of urine. This is diuretic. Cannabis sativa, its activity. Cannabis sativa is its activity is due to its constituents. Some of the phytoconstituents which are alcoholic compounds, they are cannabinol and pseudocannabinol. These are the two compounds. These are the two phytoconstituents which are present in the cannabis. So because of these two, the activity is there, and it exhibits its action mainly on the central nervous system. And coming to the physiological action of cannabis sativa. Cannabis sativa, its physiological action is that generally it is affected on mucous membranes. So, mucous membranes here about what? We have seen that argentum nitricum is physiological action is on mucous membrane, and arsenic album, its physiological action is also on mucous membrane, and cantharids also its physiological action on mucous membranes. Apart from various other actions, these are the physiological actions. Now, cannabis sativa, its physiological action on mucous membranes. Basically, it affects all mucous membranes of the body, but specific, especially very its affinity, its main physiological action on mucous membranes of the bladder, urinary bladder, urethra, and prepuce, and it produces acute inflammation and excessive irritation, especially for the genitourinary tract, that is mucous membrane. Cannabis sativa, its physiological action mainly on male. Here, male genitalia. Prepuce is dark red and hot and inflamed with mucus discharges from the urethra. Now, once we look into the anatomical parts here. Genitourinary. So testis, epididymis, spermatic cord. Then it is connected with the, where is that? In before the prostatic gland. Now here kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, and urethra. So the urethra, which starts from the lower part of the urinary bladder and it opens into out. When it is connected, it is deeper structure which is there in the genitalia. So here, spermatic cord, ejaculatory ducts, and everything they are open in front of the prostatic gland. So prostate gland, and now this is surrounded with the urethra at the base of the urinary bladder. Now the urethra, here the length of the urethra it is open, and finally it is having connected with the external genitalia. Here male external genitalia, especially the parts of the penis. Here prepuce is dark red, hot and inflamed with mucus discharge from the urethra. Remember, the students remember that. So thick discharges, mucus discharge from the urethra. This is one of the cardinal. This is one of the cardinal symptom of one of the disease which is known as gonorrhea. N number of sexually transmitted diseases are there. The important sexual transmitted diseases are two. One is syphilis, another one is gonorrhea. Syphilis, which is due to Trypanosoma pallidum, and gonorrhea is due to Neisseria gonorrhea. These are the organisms, microbes, which cause the diseases syphilis and gonorrhea. Sexually transmitted diseases, many are there, very few are. Now I think everyone you can you are recollecting your knowledge about homeopathic source of the drugs, that is animal nosodes. Animal nosodes, basilinum, tuberculinum, and another one is sorinum, syphilinum, and medorinum. Syphilinum, it is a person is suffering with the syphilis, and syphilitic, one of the manifestation is chancre. That part is taken and it is prepared as a medicine that is known as a syphilinum. Where the person is suffering with the gonorrhea, his gonococcal discharges are made into preparations that is known as medorinum. Medorinum, that is gonococcal discharge. Cannabis sativa is physiological action. It causes prepuce red, hot, inflamed, and it causes mucus discharges from the urethra. Here, cannabis action is on mucous membranes of genitourinary. Mucous membranes. It causes peeling of mucous membrane. It causes discharges from the urethra. This condition closely resembling that gonococcal discharge. Gonococcal discharge. Coming to the applicate here, what is that? Doctrine of signature point of view. See that all these are physiological actions are similar with gonorrhea disease discharges. This is the application of here doctrine of signature. So of course cannabis sativa is also one of the medicine we are using for people are suffering with urethritis, acute or chronic. Acute or chronic. What is urethritis? Here, inflammation of the urethral meatus, right? So next is burning in the urethra, difficult and painful micturition, and severe CORDE, CHORDE, severe DEE, CORDE, burning in the urethra, difficult and very painful micturition. When cannabis sativa is given, physiological doses, what it causes? It causes burning urethra. People are complaining that burning is there in the urethra and difficult and painful. While passing urine, they will express that very painful micturition. Passing of urine, very painful and burning. So this is confirming that it is nothing but urethritis. It is, some people are suffering with longer period, which is chronic urethritis, acute urethritis. Cannabis, its physiological action is a mucous membrane about this. Now coming to the next point about the cannabis, here cerebrospinal nervous system. Cerebrospinal nervous system intoxication. Its affinity, its effect is intoxication. Now means here the toxicological effect is characterized by the stages by a stage of inebriation, excitement. Here, just now we have seen that cannabis, it's hypnotic, cannabis narcotic, cannabis diuretic, hypnotic, narcotic, and diuretic. Now here, stage of inebriation is excitement, visual hallucination, visual hallucination, euphoria, euphoria, and loquacity, loquacity, and volubility and delirium. So illusion, hallucination, delusion. These are some of the psychological terms you will learn in the psychology at the time, and in the physiology you are going to learn about what is hallucination, what is illusion, what is delirium. So cannabis causes hallucinations. Cannabis causes euphoria. Cannabis causes loquacity. Another day I told that one of the festival in India, that is we are playing with the colors, Holi, and there are uh, some places where some of the state, Marwadi, Gujarati, and what they will they play with one type of drink which is known as bhang. Bhang. So what is bhang? So in the bhang, they prepare this one type of liquid. They will drink and they will enjoy. They will celebrate the Holi festival with the colors. What is mixing in them? That is ganja. That is cannabis. So what cannabis causes? A person a person takes the bhang at the time of with a mood of sad, and the person will entire day with full of sad mood, and the person who will with the laugh, with the mood of laugh, if he consumes that bhang, the entire day he continuously laughs, goes on laughs, and people is weep, goes on weeps, goes on weeps. People will dancing mood, he will do the continue dances, entire that complete the action of it has been gone up to that. So this is how that cannabis, how it causes. Cannabis made the person into hallucinations. Cannabis made the person into loquacity. Cannabis made the person into delirious, volubility. All these are the changes which are especially its intoxication. When cannabis is given that doses, it causes weeping, it causes laughing, it causes dancing, it causes excessive. Sri Lakshmi, Sri Lakshmi, please go mute off. Right. So all these are some of the what are the hypnotics, narcotics, some of the changes which happen when cannabis is taken in the raw form, in the crude form, in the physiological doses, and also stage of narcosis, stupor, and dilated pupil. So pupil is point dilated, and it is a stage of narcotic. It causes stupor. The intoxication mates, what is that? Is a, also cannabis also causes headache. What is a congestive headache, throbbing type of headache, and drowsy, very drowsy. The person is completely sleepy, drowsy, and very lassitude, vomiting of bile, and also causes constipation. So these are physiological actions of cannabis sativa. Cerebrospinal nervous system intoxication, toxicological effect is characterized by stage of inebriation, stage of narcosis or stupor. Stage of inebriation, it cause very excited or visual hallucination or euphoria, loquacity, volubility, and delirium. And stage of narcosis, a stupor, it dilated the pupil. And apart from that, it produces intoxication, arrests the function, especially it causes congestive type of headache, violent throbbing type heat in the head, and also it causes drowsy, lassitude, vomiting of bile, and also constipation. So these are uh, physiological action of cannabis if it uses in maximum dose in healthy persons. Healthy persons. I think this is clear. Now the next one is here Cinchona. Cinchona, right? Everyone now, when the time comes to explain anything about homeopathy, we are explaining the people how the homeopathic system has been came to in the universe. Hahnemann, while translating Collins Medica, and he is not happy with the lines, sentences where the bitterness, bitterness or bitter taste of Peruvian bark juice or cinchona juice cures the abdominal agony, abdominal pain. So this is the sentence. Hahnemann is not happy with this sentence, and his logical mind, and he thought that something is there behind of this sentence, and he experimented on him. He experimented on his disciples. He experimented on his all family members and his friends, and he came to know that after experimentation, he starts taking up 4 dram, 4 drachm or 4 dram cinchona juice several days, and he find out that he got AGUE, malaria-like fever. So everyone you know that how the malaria, how that malarial disease will. Uh, there are how many types of malaria? How many types of malaria? Saithi. How many types of malaria? Saithi. How many types of malarial fever? Radhika. How many types of malarial fever?
4, sir.
Very good. 4. What are they?
Benign,
Benign,
tertiary.
cotton, tertiary,
One more. I don't.
Malignant.
malignant. Very good.
Malignant.
So these are the 4 varieties of malarial fevers. Now, what is the experimentation? Cinchona bark juice, after consuming in a lot of doses, 4 gram of what happened? Person starts developing the malaria. But actual malaria, we know that Plasmodium or the protozoan causes the malaria. But here, all the symptoms are very similar. Very symptoms are like malaria. Once he stops taking of this juice, and he regained his health. Now this made Hahnemann to think diseases has to be cured like similar, not dissimilar manner. So this experimentation made Hahnemann to invent homeopathic system of medicine. So this homeopathic system of medicine invention with the incidence of Cinchona bark juice, Cinchona officinalis, and in short, it is also known as China. Okay, right. Center of action. Center of action about the Cinchona, it's cerebrospinal nervous system. Again, the same cerebrospinal nervous system. Right. And it's now coming to the terms. It is a mydriatic, antiseptic, aphrodisiac, disinfectant. Mydriatic, antiseptic, aphrodisiac, disinfectant. Other day we have seen that. What is another drug which is also mydriatic? In the last 3-4 sessions, we are learning some of the drug action, some of the terms simultaneously. You know what is antiseptic. You know what is aphrodisiac. You know what is disinfectant. Now, Mydriatic. Yes, anyone. Mydriatic. What is another drug? Which drug action also Mydriatic?
Belladonna.
Very good. Belladonna.
Belladonna.
So what causes Mydriatic means it dilate the pupil, which dilate the pupil. Now, Cinchona also its action on its physiological action is Mydriatic, antiseptic, aphrodisiac, and disinfectant. Now, physiological action, cerebrospinal nervous system, brain. Cinchona, maximum dose, it affects on the brain and it causes intense hyperemia. There is no, the blood circulation is there, but here, what is that hemoglobin percentage is very less. So this hyperemia, with results, what it causes with this, what it resulted, bursting type of headache, and it also causes coma. This is the one. And next is action on the spinal cord. The motor portion is involved. It causes again the convulsions and paralysis. And another is auditory nerve. Cinchona, physiological doses causes it affects on auditory nerve. It paralyzes the nerve. So once it is paralyzed, what happened? The person will hear various sounds, hissing sound, roaring sound, singing sound, buzzing sound. So these are, what is this condition is known as? This is known as tinnitus, Tinnitis. This is the condition. Once the Cinchona physiological dose is given, what it caused, it affected, it paralyzed the nerve, auditory nerve. Now the person, one can hear various sounds in the ear, different sounds. The sounds are like some singing. He is getting the singing sounds. He is getting the roaring sound, hissing sound, buzzing sound, and also hardness of the hearing. Hardness of the hearing, very difficulty to hear, and also deafness also. All these are various functions of the ear. So deafness, hardness, roaring, hissing, singing, all these, simply it is known as a tinnitus. Next is it's affected trigeminal nerve also, hyperesthesia, neuralgia, and where the nerve is supplied. Vagus, Cinchona, physiological dose also affect on the vagus, and it causes tonic convulsions, paralysis of digestion. So muscle, the digestive system, stomach tone, convulsions, and paresis and slow digestion. And it affects on the eye, Mydriatic. What it causes? Dilatation of the pupil. Sometimes even complete blindness also. Cinchona causes deafness. Cinchona physiological doses causes blindness. Cinchona physiological doses causes coma. Cinchona physiological doses causes convulsion paralysis and lungs. Lungs, about the lungs here, it causes a congestion, causes difficulty of breathing, and which generally results in anemia. So again here less blood supply. Then spleen, Cinchona bark juice, physiological doses also affect on the venous hyperemia and hypertrophy and hydramia. Liver, it also causes the paralysis with the chronic congestion causing jaundice. Jaundice. Okay. So what is jaundice? Yellowish discoloration. Okay. What is cyanosis? Ruxana. What is cyanosis? Ruxana. What is cyanosis? Ruxana. What is cyanosis? Anyone please can respond. What is cyanosis? Anyone? What is cyanosis? What is cyanosis? Right. Bluish discoloration.
Bluish color.
Yes, very good. Bluish. So cyanosis is bluish discoloration. Right. Now coming to the kidneys. So Cinchona, it's physiological action. Cinchona physiological action. Aishwarya Gomuta. Right. So Cinchona bark physiological action. It causes here. It affects on the kidney. it diminishes the urea. It affects on the kidney and it diminishes the urea and uric acid clearance. And very important. Just now we have seen that cinchona, mydriatic, antiseptic, aphrodisiac. What is aphrodisiac? Increase the sexual function and male sexual organs. What causes cinchona physiological doses? Physiological doses of cinchona causes debilitating nocturnal emissions. Debility means weakness, nocturnal emissions. Here the young, uh, especially in the male, what it causes nocturnal emissions. And this may leads to the impotency. So the weakness, they develop sexual weakness and debility, impotence resulting from long continued semen loss with sexual dreams, with complete prostration and undue sexual excitement. So here the young boys are male. Cinchona physiological action is on male reproductive. Here, what it causes sexual dreams. So that it makes that here semen loss. So nocturnal emissions. This continuously leads to what is that impotency? It leads to weakness. It leads to extreme that prostration, and this is physiological action of cinchona. Next is female sexual organs. Again, sexual excitement, and here profuse hemorrhages, especially the menstruation. What it causes here? Here menstruation, not a normal menstruation. Excessive menstrual discharges will take in place when the cinchona has been used. Then it affected on muscular system. Muscular system here, uh, anemia leads to paralysis and intermittent myalgia. Myalgia means pain. Algia means pain. Which part of pain here? Muscles pain and skin. Here, cinchona physiological doses cause acne-like eruptions on the skin. Acne, how the acne, everyone we know that how the acne is there. This acne-like eruptions not on the face, skin, any part of skin, hydremia and also anasarca. Once again, the fluid collection into the skin and blood. Now that when cinchona physiological dose is given, it causes anemia. It destroys the WBC cells and also it increase the fibrin level. In the physiology, you are learn clotting mechanism. There are many factors are there. Clotting mechanism, different factors are there. So with the coordination of all these factors, what is known as coagulation, blood clotting will be taken place. Cinchona, what it causes, it destroy the WBC and it increase the fibrin, and it also causes anemia and circulation. Coming to the circulation point of view, cinchona, it paralyzes the cardiac, heart, and also vasomotor and temperature. Coming to the cinchona, febrile temperature greatly lowered. So here hypothermia, it causes the low temperature. People are complaining that they have fever, but it's a low fever. Where most of the time they are unable to explain what they are suffering with. Here we have seen that yesterday another drug that is it hyperpyrexia, belladonna, and that I told that belladonna temperature, after testing the temperature with the physical by the, now we can remember the temperature, the memorable temper, we can memorize the temperature of the person, that is belladonna. Here temperature is febrile, but it is lower. Now the last point is it is antiseptic. Antiseptic. It has antiseptic properties which arrest the fermentation with great rapidity of any of the microbes. So this is Cinchona officinalis. So physiological action of cinchona. See that when the maximum dose of cinchona is given to healthy persons or experimentation, what happen into the body? Cinchona is mydriatic, cinchona antiseptic, cinchona aphrodisiac, cinchona is a disinfectant. Physiological action of cinchona is cerebrospinal. It acts on cerebrospinal. It shows its physiological actions on eye, lungs, spleen, liver, kidney, male sexual organs, female sexual organs, muscular system, skin, blood, circulation, temperature, antiseptic. Cerebrospinal, here affected on it affected on brain, it affected on spine, it effectiveness on nerves. What are the nerves here? Vagus nerve, trigeminal nerve, and auditory nerve. Auditory nerve. So what is the condition? Singing, roaring, hissing, buzzing, abnormal sounds in the ear. What it is known as? What it is known as? Abnormal
Tinnitus.
tinnitus. Very good. So when physiological maximum doses is given to healthy person, what the changes will develop in the healthy person? Not only abnormal sounds, it also causes hardness of hearing and sometimes even deafness, permanent deafness, right? And it affected on trigeminal nerve and also it affected on vagus. Here that is digestive system. Slow digestion. So NASH trio of digestive drugs are here: cinchona, colocin, and lycopodium. These are NASH trio flatulence drugs are there. Flatulence drugs. So argentum nitricum also having the flatulence, but here NASH trio flatulence drugs are these three. Eye, blindness will take in place. Lungs, anemia will take in place. Spleen, what it causes? Spleen, it is hyperemia. And liver, see, cinchona is given into physiological doses. It and it also causes chronic congestion. It leads to the jaundice. How many types of jaundice? Liver is completed for you. Digestive system in the physiology is completed.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now how many types of jaundice, Vijay?
3, sir.
Yes, what are they? Yes, what are they? All these are basic questions. We are not going in the deep, and also I am not telling you about the deep information. Right? What are the types?
Physiological jaundice,
Hmm.
pathological jaundice,
And pharmacological jaundice. Physiology, anatomy, pharmacy. These are three types of jaundices. What, man? Right? Try to remember applied part of physiology. Don't be like this. Yes,
Prehepatic,
very good.
hepatocellular, and post-hepatic, sir.
Very good. Prehepatic, hepatic, and
Post-hepatic.
very good. Very good. Now, this about the types of the jaundice. Right. Any doubts regarding about the two drugs, cannabis and cinchona? Cannabis and cinchona. Any doubts? So what are the terms we are learning in the cannabis sativa? 3. Cannabis sativa, we learned 3 terms. What are they? One is cannabis sativa. 3 terms today we are learn. We learn cinchona 4.